Hey, it's me again. Sorry. I know it's 3 a.m. and you're ignoring me, but I can't help but think. Yeah, it's the same question I've been having. That maybe in another life, in another world, another universe, where the odds are different, where the dice rolls were good and the cards were in our favor. Maybe somewhere in a different reality, things could have gone differently. A reality that exists where both of us are smiling instead of only one of us. Or neither of us. But why can't it be this one? Why can't it be this one where I see your smile in your eyes every day? Why can't it be this one where we go out and drink our coffee at the cafe together? Didn't we say forever? So why are we giving up so easily? Can't you see this red string between us that's linking us, connecting us? You can't sever this string so easily, so why? Why are you leaving me? What don't you understand? These feelings can't be wrong. Love is never wrong. I can't be wrong. How could I possibly be wrong?
Sorry. I kind of forgot I was prefacing a YouTube video. I'll start off with a simple question. Do you believe in fate? First off, we're gonna have to go back to the 19th century and visit my old pal, philosopher, and Evangelion diehard fan Arthur Schopenhauer, who died alone. But more importantly, Schopenhauer believed in three things: space, time, and love. The world itself functions on this fabric of space-time. Now, just stay with me. An object cannot pass through space without the hands of time allowing it forward, and vice versa. An object cannot move forward in time without a space to pass through, in itself being a kind of yin-yang dynamic, which is quite funny and ironic how he arrived at Eastern philosopher ideas while only using Western philosophy as a reference point. I just wanted to point that out. But the most important idea coming from Schopenhauer was this idea of love. Love being the strongest force known to humanity, which raises the question, can this force of love transcend space and time? If love truly is this all-powerful force, can a love between two people go beyond time and space? Which brings us to my next guest I'll overanalyze. We also have to go back to the prehistoric era, that's 2016. It was in my freshman biology class, and one of my friends couldn't stop freaking out about these cards from Japan her sister got her. It was some anime that I never saw and never gave it too much attention. So once again, like always, I joined the trend too late. I watched something too late, to the point where no one is no longer talking about it while I'm here and I won't shut up about it. Watching it too late and talking about it for too long. That's my mantra. So what is this film in question? And if you haven't guessed it by now, it's Makoto Shinkai's breathtaking film in 2016, Kimi No Na Wa, or Your Name in English, which to this day is my favorite anime film of all time and second favorite film ever, only second to La La Land. So I'll ask you once again, do you believe in fate? A fate that uses the love between two people to transcend space, time, and even death itself. And if you haven't watched this movie yet, please stop now and watch it. I highly recommend it. Mitsuha and Taki are two main protagonists. Mitsuha, our female protagonist, training as a priestess in the small rural town of Itomori, and Taki, our male protagonist, the typical Tokyo city boy, the tandem which ascended time and space itself. First, let's tackle the idea of space in this movie. See, there are only 3 points in this film where Mitsuha and Taki ever come face to face, and one of them is kind of arguable. The rest, Shinkai uses this idea of body switching between the two to develop a relationship. Having Mitsuha and Taki switch bodies and living out each other's lives, they form this connection with one another. Interesting idea that is time in this movie. See, at the midpoint of the film, Mitsuha finally decides to go to Tokyo to confront Taki about her feelings for him. When she finally finds him on a tram, she sees Taki. But to her surprise, it's a boy who was 3 years younger than her and had no idea who Mitsuha was. You see, when they first started body switching, both Mitsuha and Taki were 17 years old, but here's the twist. Taki was in the year 2016, while Mitsuha was in 2013. They were body switching, but with a time difference of 3 years between them. Defeated, Mitsuha went back to her hometown just to be met with a meteor, which hits the town, killing everyone there, including her. The end. Now, back in 2016, Taki suddenly stops switching bodies with Mitsuha, which, makes sense because she's kinda dead. But deciding to take matters into his own hands, he decides to visit Mitsuha's town of Itomori, only to find out about the meteor, which destroyed the entire town. You see, one of my favorite scenes, or ideas really, in the whole film is when Mitsuha visits the young version of Taki. The version of Taki that didn't know her yet, and right before this version of Taki disappears into the Tokyo crowd, Mitsuha hands Taki her hair ribbon, which is a red string. Which we see present-day Taki wearing it as a bracelet throughout the entire film, and I love Shinkai for incorporating this idea so much. It's kind of a subtle plot point, and if you're not paying close enough attention, you might miss it. But that red string is symbolic for the red string of fate, you might have guessed by now. The folklore that a red thread is supposedly connecting you with your soulmate. And to quote English professor's best friend and trustworthy site, Wikipedia, the two people connected by the red thread are destined lovers, regardless of place, time, or circumstance. This magical cord may stretch and tangle, but it will never break. A fate, a love that connects Mitsuha and Taki so strongly they've ascended space, time, and even now death. See, Taki, after visiting Itomori, visits a shrine he went to as Mitsuha and drinks sake there, which is some spiritual Shinto stuff, and too much to explain for this video, but basically it allows Taki to once again switch bodies with Mitsuha the day she dies. And with the knowledge of the meteor, Taki, as Mitsuha, warns the townsfolk in order to save Itomori and Mitsuha. And with Taki switches Mitsuha, this allows Mitsuha to basically come back to life as Taki, which allows them to ascend space and time to meet at Tasogari Doki, or Twilight in English, which is a space that exists in both Taki's present and Mitsuha's present, emerging timelines for both to finally meet. It's here Taki returns the red string to Mitsuha to allow her to save her town. In order to not forget each other, they agree to write their names on each other's hands. Taki writes on Mitsuha's hand, but before Mitsuha could return the favor, Taki disappears. This idea of red string of fate, or Westerners' versions of soulmate, ponders the question of how strong is this connection? How strong is love, really? Is it strong enough to be any mystical beings? Is it strong enough to push back against the laws of reality itself? You see, when the Twilight period ended, Mitsuha and Taki forgot each other. They forgot each other's own existence. Mitsuha went on to save the town, and Taki returned to Tokyo to finish his schooling. Years later, Mitsuha moves to Tokyo, both of them moving forward in their own lives, respectively, but there's just something missing. Something that feels so out of place. That's when, on a rainy night, we can see both Mitsuha and Taki walking in each other's direction. We see the audience finally anticipating this moment for their destinies to finally cross paths again. A moment that we've been finally waiting for, that the two people destined for each other can finally once again meet. Just for both of them to walk past each other. Taki looked back to glance, only for Mitsuo to keep walking away. And as Taki turns around to keep walking, that's when Mitsuo turns to glance at Taki. The timing was kind of off. So I guess that's it. I guess maybe love isn't this all-powerful force that we made it out to be. And it seems that even love can't conquer these omnipotent powers that are our universe. Wait. Look out the window, that's him. Mitsuo, you know exactly who that is. Taki, you know who she is. This chase of fate, this searching for each other, this has finally led you to this fated staircase where you slowly walk to each other on the opposite ends, and then... Now I know you might be wondering, Kyle, it makes sense Taki doesn't know who Mitsuo is, since she didn't write her name on his hand, but shouldn't Mitsuo at least remember Taki? The thing is, he didn't write his name. This part never fails to get me. The sentiment is one of the most powerful things he could have done. Taki doesn't write his name on Mitsuo's hand. Instead, he writes, "I love you." And I firmly believe that if Taki would have written his name, she would have completely forgotten who each other were. Which takes us back to the staircase of destiny. Two familiar faces stare each other down, tears running down their face. A moment they've been waiting a lifetime for, something that has finally come to them. And the path of destiny has finally allowed them to meet once again, and they ask, "What's your name?" Hey guys, so I guess the schedule is I upload every month, because that's kind of how it looks right now. But on a serious note, thank you guys for making it to this part of the video. I love and appreciate every single one of you, and I'll tell you this every single time I upload, just so you guys know that you're loved and everything. We reached 60 subs, kind of crazy to me. It's not a lot, I know that's not a lot, but I'm genuinely very happy. I'm stuttering. See what you guys made me do. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was another long one, and I really enjoyed making this, let me tell you. Another emotional long video. Anyways, I'm rambling on too much. Thank you guys so much. I love and appreciate every single one of you. You guys stay safe. Happy New Year's, happy 2021. I'm soykylefilms, and I'm out.